Welcome back, travelers. With the addition of Mujiin and bug plushies in Palia, I've decided a dedicated plush video was necessary. Let's start with the Mujiin. Mujiin are a little bit tricky to hunt in Palia, but with the latest update removing their ability to heal when they run up a tree, it should be a little bit easier now. My recommendation for your best chance at successful Mujiin hunting is to team up with at least one other player, be it your friend or a random in the server who happens to also want to hunt. One person should chop the tree down, and the other should aim an arrow at the tree to get a good 1 or 2 shots on the Mujiin before it potentially runs up another one. Whether you are in a party or not, you will share the Mujiin loot if you're the one cutting the tree down, because the game counts this as an action towards hunting Mujiin. So there's no worry if you are the tree cutter and don't manage to get an arrow shot in. Just make sure that the tree person is always the tree person, because if you're not in a party and the Mujiin runs up a second tree and you neither chop that tree or get a hit in, you won't get the loot. Again, this is only if you are not in a party, because the latest update made it so that party members will share loot, regardless of interaction, as long as you are nearby each other. The best spots for Mujiin hunting, in my opinion, include Thorny Thicket, as there is a platform of land that Mujiin cannot run off of, and there is a handful of trees there for potential spawning of them. I also really like the hills above Statue Garden, since it is difficult for the Mujiin to find an edge of the cliff to run down on. And remember to keep your eyes open at groves as well, since magic Mujiin, also known as blue bristles, are created when abandoned Mujiin jumps up a flow tree. Let's move on to bugs. The following bugs now have a small percentage chance on every catch to drop a corresponding plushie: Proudhorn stag beetles, lunar fairy moths, paper lantern bugs, and the garden ladybug. Proudhorn stag beetles have a 10% chance to spawn when breaking stone or copper ore nodes anywhere in Kilima Valley. They can be found at any time of day, but they don't spawn outside of mining nodes. To increase your chance of one spawning, mine nodes with your friends, but not in a party. Break each node individually rather than together, because each time the node breaks, it has that 10% chance to spawn a beetle. Why make sure you're not in a party? Well, breaking mining nodes is now shared among party members, meaning that in a party of however many players, only one of you has to break that rock and you will all get the loot, meaning you no longer have the opportunity to break that rock and get another 10% chance of spawning a beetle. Just make sure that you get a hit on the beetle with a smoke bomb if it does spawn, because since you're not in a party, you won't get the loot sharing of the beetle catch. Lunar fairy moths can be found from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. in-game, intermixed with other insects flying all around Bahari Bay, minus the beach. There isn't really a special way to hunt for these other than keeping an eye out. However, using a honey lure in North Bahari Bay fields is recommended to help spawn multiples in a small location. You can also, of course, use a honey lure in South Bahari, but the paper lantern bug spawns in North Bahari only and also drops a plush, so you can double the bugs you're looking for by hunting in the north. Paper lantern bugs are also only available from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. in-game. Paper lantern bugs are green, which is important to note since there was a color discrepancy in-game for a long time, but was fixed in the latest update. It is recommended to hunt for both lunar fairy moths and paper lantern bugs in parties to share in the loot drops. Last but not least, the garden ladybug. Garden ladybugs have a 10% chance to spawn when foraging sundrop lilies, briar daisies, bright shrooms, heartdrop lilies, or wild garlic, anywhere in Bahari Bay. They can also be found at any time of day. Every time a forageable is picked, that player has a 10% chance of spawning a ladybug, so the more players you have pick the same item, the more chance of getting ladybugs in one go. Team up and party up. stick together, and encourage having a party leader that everyone follows so that no one gets left behind. You could also make a route that you're going to walk before you go into Bahari and make sure everyone has that map. I recommend South Bahari, as it has a lot of sundrop lilies, and these are used to create more smoke bombs, so it's beneficial in more than one way. Plus, the ruins on the south, both unmarked and windy, spawn in bright shrooms pretty frequently. I've made a map of my favorite ladybug hunting route that you can take to use with your friends if you wish to. Those are the latest plushies that have been added into the game. But I will also mention that Cernux drop plushies correlated to their specific coloring, and you can still get plushie drops from Zeki's Lucky Coins. Thanks so much for watching my video. I hope you found it helpful, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you feel like it, but most importantly, have a very magical day.